He fights the best. He fights the best. Ibig sabihin, sindi mo, damo man, may mga, Wala na partner sa nila panawag sa mail. Pacquiao is a legend. Pacquiao will always have a place in history if he fights again or not. Sa tingala yan ng Amerika mo, ang problema ya is...
Welcome to the Gigalive. Your passions, your stories, your life. Simplified with just one app. This is the future. The Gigalive in just one app. Experience more Giga moments when you make the smart choice. With the Philippines' fastest mobile data network. How do I know it's T1? Simple, smart ako.
Pananaw ko.
Nakababa na ba kayo, mga kapatid? Nakababa na hindi po sa Baguio. Kung hindi mula sa euphoria ng pagkapanalo ni Hidilyn Diaz ng kauna-unahang medalya ng Pilipinas sa loob ng 97 taon. Well, kami po ay hindi pa. Kaya naman tuloy-tuloy ang selebrasyon at tuloy-tuloy ang Olympic fever. Dito po sa inyong paboritong kasama, tuwing Sabado ng umaga, ang Power and Play. Magandang umaga po mga kapatid. Mula po sa Signal Experience Lounge. Ako po si Hidilyn Diaz. At ito po ang Power and Play. Hatid sa inyo ng Big Boss Event. Big Boss sa tatag, Big Boss sa tibay, at ng Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Well, kagaya po na nabanggit natin, hindi po namamatay ang euphoria ng ating bansa. Makatapos makuha natin ang ating unang gintong medalya at marami pang susunod siguro dahil meron na rin tayong siguradong ikalawang medalya. Kaya po yan ang ating patuloy na tutukan ng ating programa ngayong umaga pong ito. Mamaya po ating pag-uusapan ang pagkapanalo ni Hidilyn Diaz kasama ng ilang kasama niya, tulong sa kanya.
He is a beast. He's a different kind of animal. He is a beast.
Golden performance. Of course, mamaya rin po ihimayin natin ang susunod ng mga laban ng ating boxingero kasama mismo ang national team coach, si Coach Unang, ang Secretary General ng ABAP, General Ed Picson. Pero siyempre, kayo po ay magsisimula ngayong araw na ito sa ating pagtusok sa mga balitang gulat natin this week sa ating sports highlights. Una sa lahat, nung Lunes po, tinapos na ni Hidilyn Diaz ang halos isang siglong paghihintay ng Pilipinas para sa Olympic gold. Namayagpag ang Pinay weightlifter sa 55 category at nanalo siya kontra sa China's world number 1 na si Liao Yun. Dalawang impressive ni Hidilyn sa proseso ang 127 kg gold winning lift sa clean and jerk at ang 224 kg total. Miyerkules, isa na namang Pinay ang nagsiguro ng medalya sa Olimpiada. Sure bronze at pwede pang mag-gold ang boksingerong si Nesty Petesio. At mamayang tanghali po, lalaban si Nesty sa semifinals ng women's featherweight kontra Irma Tesla ng Italy. Kapag nanalo po, sure silver at pasok na sa gold medal round. Miyerkules din, nakapanalo na sa wakas ang Team USA men's basketball sa Tokyo Olympics. Tinambakan ng NBA star-loaded squad ang Iran 120-66. Tatlo mula sa powerhouse team ang may 20 o higit pa na puntos. Kailangan nilang talunin ang Czech Republic ngayong araw para masiguro ang spot sa next round. Biyernes, na-draft bilang second overall pick sa NBA ang Phil-Am teenager na si Jalen Green. Lalaro para sa Houston Rockets ang high-flying 19-year-old. Siya na ang ikatlong Filipino-American na nakatungtong sa NBA. Sinundan niya ang yapak ni Raymond Townsend at ang reigning Sixth Man of the Year, Jordan Clarkson. Excited daw si Green na i-represent ang Pilipinas sa kanyang karera sa NBA. At Biyernes din sa NBA, kasabay ng draft, lumutang na ang mga report na iti-trade sa Los Angeles Lakers si Russell Westbrook, kapalit ng 2017 MVP at 2 second-round pick sina Kyle Kuzma, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Montrezl Harrell at ang 22nd pick sa nangyaring NBA draft. Sa August 5 or rather August 6 pa, magiging final ang trade, pero ngayon pa lang ay nagbigay na ng pasasalamat si Brody sa Washington Wizards. Yan po ang ating mga balita this week sa ating sports highlights. Magandang umaga sa lahat po uli ng ating mga tagapakinig mula sa Radyo 5 92.3 and of course sa 1PH on Signal TV. Marami po tayong makakausap ngayon. Mamaya po ay ating makakausap din si Kiefer Ravena. Ngayong tapos na ang gusot ng kanyang naging problema sa PBA at dun sa Japan B-League. Ano ba ang mga plano ni Kiefer Ravena? Pero siyempre, sa pagsisimula ng ating programa, meron tayong gustong pulsuhan. At sa araw pong ito, dahil nga Olympic fever pa rin, Olympiada pa rin ang ating tinututukan, sa Olympics pa rin po ang patungo ng ating pulso ng bayan. Kaya po, sa nalalabing mga atleta, mga kapatid, na naglalaban pa dyan sa Tokyo, sa tingin ninyo, sino po ang malaki ang tsansa na makakuha pa ng gintong medalya para sa ating bansa? Ulitin ko po yan, sa mga nalalabi pong atleta, at medyo marami-rami pa yan, meron pa tayong 3 boksingero, meron pa po tayong 2 track and field, si Kaloy Yulo sa gymnastics, at of course yung ating 3 golfer. Sino po sa tingin ninyo ang makakakuha ng isa pang gintong medalya para sa ating bansa? Kung gusto niyo po makisama sa ating talakayan, mag-text lamang sa ating hotline number 090820-80629 o di kaya ay mag-post sa ating Facebook page Power and Play with Com Noli Iyala o sa 1PH o sa Radyo 5 92.3 News FM. Alright, gusto nating medyo pulsuhan ang Olimpiada. Gusto rin nating malaman kung ano po ang nangyayari sa Tokyo mismo. Sa likod po ng ng camera. Ano ba ho ang nangyayari sa Tokyo Olympics? Ngayon po mga kaibigan, makakasama natin ang isa kong kaibigan at alam kong busy itong mamang ito dahil siya po ay naroroon mismo sa Tokyo Olympics to cover the games of the Summer Olympiad. Walang iba kundi ang veteran international broadcaster Sev Sarmenta. Magandang umaga, Sev. Ohayo gozaimasu.
So desu ne. Ohayo gozaimasu ta. Hapon na ako no, Line.
Mukha nga eh. Mukhang busog na busog ka na dyan sa Japanese food.
Hindi, wala.
Baka pambihira yan. Seb, bago tayo magsimula, pakilan mo namang Olimpiada to?
Third ko na ito. Pagkatapos ng Seoul at saka ng Sydney at saka ito pangatlito.
Wow.
Noli, actually may mask pa rin kami talaga dito. Walang face shield dito. Pero medyo nasa bubble kami dito sa International Broadcast Center kung saan nag-iiwasan talaga ang tao. Hindi kami nakakalabas actually. Hindi kami nakakapunta anywhere. Ang limitation namin is hotel, papunta doon sa convenience store. Dito lang kami kumakain. Actually, nakakaikot si Gretchen at saka si Paolo. Pero in a couple of days, kami ni Carlo Pamintuan ay makakaikot na rin kami. Pero we look forward. Papasok na yung mga championship rounds. So, mas maraming trabaho kesa sa ikot actually.
Alright. Well, sabi mo nga, you're now in your 3rd Olympics, Sev, and obviously, kakaiba itong Olimpiadang ito. Can you give us just briefly, anong difference as a broadcaster nitong Olympics na to para sa'yo?
Alam mo, Noli, tayo nanggaling sa masayang PBA na kung saan sumisigaw ang tao. Napakaganda nitong Olympics na ito. Ang malungkot talaga pag tinitingnan ko sabay-sabay yung mga video. Grabe ang preparasyon ng Japanese people para dito. At sana, ang dasal ko sana, is that in the future, makabawi sila at ibalik ang Olympics dito para matuwa ang mga tao kasi ang laki ng investment nila, hindi lang yung infrastructure, kundi yung effort. Ang tao dito, Noli, no, despite the COVID, despite the lockdown, despite the emergency status ng Tokyo, napaka-cooperative, napaka-polite ng mga tao rito. Matulungin sila all the way from the buses, the taxis, to inside dito sa IBC. Alam mo naman, ang mga Japanese, very polite. And you can see sa video, no, na napaka-maayos pa rin ang pagpapatakbo. I think the marching orders, Noli, where kahit walang tao, ang
Parang may
execution natin, di ba?
parang may
Kita man mo sa boxing, pati yung voiceover, ang ganda ng boses eh. From the Philippines, Nesty Patricio, di ba?
Hindi ba si Bruce Buffer yun? Hindi ba si Bruce Buffer yun?
Hindi. Ewan ko, hindi. Medyo simple eh. Hindi ganun ka-flourish eh. Pero maganda ang mood dito ng Olympics. Struggle ang mga kasama natin din sa media. No? Hindi basta-basta nasusundan yung mga atleta. Gaya Noli, si Jubik Pagunsan, marami na nagre-request sa Twitter kung pwede tutukan. Medyo yung grupo natin, they're limiting the number of people sa mga venues. Yung ating rower, hindi rin nakapunta si Paulo at si Gretchen doon kasi may limitations sa number of people that are allowed. Maswerte na nung gabi nung si Hidilyn, sila nandun, kami nandito sa broadcast center. Nag-iiyakan kami rito, Noli. Bumagsak kami sa mga dito. Nagtataka yung mga international broadcaster dito kung ano nangyayari sa amin. Yung mga taga Singapore, tuwan-tuwa sa amin, kinukunan kami ng video kasi naalala nila, Noli, nung nanalo yung swimmer nila 4 years ago. So they just wanted to record the moment for all of us. So alam mo naman, sama-sama yung mga hindi laging nananalo. So itong first, malaking bagay based doon sa ulat mo kanina na, boy, halos isang siglo, tamang-tama yung pagkakasabi mo.
Oo nga. Well, Sev, nakita ko na, of course, dahil nga sa limitation, maraming bawal, safety and health protocols, marami ring innovation ang ginawa ng Olympiada pagdating sa broadcasting, no? One very noticeable is, imbis na napakaraming cameraman, and napakaraming kable na may nakalambitin ng mga camera. Can you tell us more about the innovations, broadcasting-wise, na nagmumula dyan sa Olympics, Sev?
Yung OBS, yung tinatawag na Olympic Broadcast System, alam mo naman sa sports, Noli, nag-uumpisa ang maraming innovation sa broadcasting sa sports. So ito, may maraming unmanned cameras. Sabi nga nung isang British broadcaster na kasama namin, yung sailing, grabe. Akala mo nandun ka, nakasakay ka talaga doon sa vapor, doon sa bangka o kung ano man yung ginagamit. Malay ko nga naman, maraming ginagamit na innovations, may standards na sinusunod, pero dahil digital, Noli, ang taas ng quality ng video.
Oo nga.
Ang taas, ang lutong ng video, tapos yung basketball, lahat malinaw. Ang kulang lang, Noli, talaga yung tao.
Oo nga. Yung absence of the fans, Sev, has it affected sa tingin mo ang performance ng mga atleta?
Alam mo ang bawi ng yung mga taga-media, wala nang unbiased dito. Kasi yung ilang media, at saka yung ibang tapos na sa kanilang 14-day quarantine, nakakapasok na sila sa mga venue. So, ang nangyayari, sila nag-cheer para sa mga kababayan nila. Halimbawa, nung gabi nung nanalo si Hidilyn, siyempre makasama natin sa press. Tapos pagka yung sa basketball at sa volleyball, sila na lang nag-cheer sa weightlifting, sa boxing. Sigurado mamaya sa boxing sisigaw ang mga Pinoy para kay Carlo at saka kay Nesty Mami ang tanghali. Samahan niyo po kami, Mami, ang konti. Pagpasok ko ng ating dalawang boksingero.
All right. Sev, one of course, the highlights of this Olympiada para sa atin ay yung pagkapanalo ni Hidilyn. Natatandaan ko pa nung opening ceremonies na ang description ng announcer, here is the Philippines, sabi niya ganon. The country with the most medals without a gold medal. Parang nakakasakit, pero obviously ngayon, tapos na yung mga pananalitang yan dahil nakakuha na tayo ng ating unang Olympic gold. how is the mood of the Philippine team and what is the general mood among the athletes now? Anong sense mo, Sev, na ngayon nanalo na tayo ng ating unang gintong medalya?
I think inspiring yung ginawa ni Hidilyn. I'm sure Nesty later on, she's going up against a taller opponent. Matangkad yung Irma Testa, no? 5'8", laban kay Nesty 5'2". Pero I think ko ilalaban na ni Nesty kasi tama yung ulat mo kanina, bronze na si Nesty. Pero bakit ka titigil doon? Diretso mo na. May pagkakataong manalo ka pa. Si Carlo Paala mamaya, ang kalaban niya, mas senior sa kanya at saka two-time Olympian na rin. Pero ito, laban na ito. Si Yumir, no, isang araw, nagmamadali, tinapos yung kalaban, hininto in the first round. Uwi na tayo, sabi ni Yumir. Ang mood ng ang balita ko nga kay EJ Obiana, hindi nagpapa-interview kasi nga focus na focus. Kasi malaki ng pagkakataon niya kasi I think yung leading Paul Volter, nagkaroon ng problema health-wise.
Si Sam Hendricks, yes, that's
yata,
right.
Oo. So, baka may pagkakataon. So, naintindihan naman natin si EJ na focus na lang muna. Siguro later on, marami rin siya maikikwento sa atin kung ano man yung pinagdadaanan niya dito sa Olympics na to.
Sir, before I let you go, kamusta ang weather? Marami nagrereklamo na mainit daw. Djokovic, natalo kahapon and he was complaining about the weather. Kamusta ang weather dyan? Lalong-lalo na sa ating mga golfers, si Juvic at next week, lalaro na si Yuka Saso at si Bianca Pagdanganan.
Wala yung weather. Kung Pinoy ka, bali wala. Ito sila, init na init tayo, chill na chill, malamig. Nakashort sa mga, usually sa broadcast center, medyo hindi na-allow yung nakashorts. Ano? Pero ito, pinayagan na mag-shorts. Ano siya, Noli, alam mo yung humid, yung hindi siya mainit, kundi humid. Pero kung sanay ka sa Pinas, okay lang eh. So mga Pinilpino dito, giniginaw, nagja-jacket pa nga kami kuminsan eh. Hindi naman jacket, at least hoodie kasi maginaw dito sa broadcast center. Palagay ko yung golfers natin, kasi si Juvic sanay dito, di ba? Dito siya lagi naglalaro. So medyo bumagsak siya sa 25th, pero I think he'll finish well today. Pero I'm hopeful for Bianca as well as Yuka. They should do well here.
All right. Well, Sev, before I let you go, it's not everybody's. It's not everyone that can go to the Olympics, but yet it is the dream of many broadcasters na makapunta sa Olympiada. You've been you're now on your third Olympics. Sev, anong ibig sabihin para sa iyo ng makasama sa Olympiada to broadcast the games hindi lamang sa ating bansa but worldwide and to witness firsthand yung kasaysayang ginawa ni Hidilyn Diaz?
One, it's an honor to be chosen by Benzo Broadcasting to be able to do the games for an international audience. Second, as a Filipino, I am so thrilled and honored to have been this close dun sa pagkakapanalo ni Hidilyn. Umiiyak kami nila Carlo Pamintuan dito at saka yung mga machong technician natin dito. Bigla na lang nag-iiyak, nagkakakanta kami ng national anthem. Nagtataka nga yung boss namin dito, taga-Australia, what's happening? Go Filipinos, go cry, enjoy, and celebrate. What does this mean? This means also that the Philippines is part of the world. We have had a colorful history in the Olympics and finally that history has a more colorful chapter. No, marami nga nag-complain doon sa Olympic broadcaster na nagsabing the dubious reputation. Tapos na yun. Meron na tayong 1 gold medal after 97 years. At the possibility na ni Nesty, si Yumir, si Carlo, at yung mga natitirang binanggit mo, Noli, may chance pa rin. And tama yung mga tweet mo, no? Let's continue to pray for them and they'll need our prayers and our support the rest of the way.
All right. Well, Sev, we wish you all the best. Stay safe. Alam ko marami pa rin kaso. Stay safe and we will continue to monitor your broadcast. Maraming salamat sa panahong binigay mo sa amin ngayong araw na to.
Okay, thank you, Noli. And looking forward to seeing you soon. Kwentuhan tayo.
Maraming salamat. Mga kaibigan, veteran international broadcaster, pride of the Philippines, na nasa Tokyo Olympics, si paring Sev Sarmenta. Alright, tuloy-tuloy po ang ating talakayan dito sa Power and Play. Napag-uusapan ang pagkapanalo ni Hidilyn Diaz. Well, we're very happy to have with us today to discuss, a little bit of the sidelights na yung mga ikakakwentuhan na kung paano nakarating si Hidilyn dito sa tugatog ng tagumpay, ika nga. Ito pong kinalalagyan niya ngayon. Marami pong tumulong sa kanya. And she has said this very openly. At kasama po natin ngayon, dalawa sa mga taong naging very instrumental sa journey ni Hidilyn Diaz. Walang iba kundi ang Pangulo, ang Presidente ng Samahang Weightlifting ng Pilipinas, si Congressman Monico Puentevella, at ang sports psychologist, walang iba kundi si Dr. Karen Trinidad. Magandang umaga, Kong Monico and Dr. Karen.
Magandang umaga, sir.
Kong Monico, magandang umaga. Hi, Karen.
Morning.
Hindi pa natin nakukuha yata si Kong Monico. All right. Well, before I go to Congressman Monico, congratulations, Dr. Karen. I know you're part of the Team HD na tinatawag na ngayon na talagang famous na. Unang-unang tanong ko is, how long have you been with Team HD at saka anong naging role mo, Dr. Karen?
Okay, so actually matagal ko nang hawak si Hidilyn Diaz, no? Because I'm working with the Philippine Sports Commission since 2008. So si Hidilyn would visit the unit every once in a while. Kunyari, kailangan niya ng kausap, gusto niya may puntahan, pumupunta siya doon. Pero mas naging madalas yung naging session namin after niya mag-Rio Olympics.
All right. So, in other words, matagal na, even when she was training here, kasama ka na niya, and nagko-consult na siya. Now, ano talaga ang role mo in Team HD, Dr. Karen?
Okay. So I work as a sports psychologist of Hidilyn Diaz, no? Kasi very important yung mental aspect ni Hidilyn, no? Lalo na sa weightlifting. Sa weightlifting, one moment of doubt, talagang mawawala, no? May possibility na hindi mo ma-lift yung kailangan mong i-lift, no? Sa kanya rin, we also do mental imagery. Like kunyari, yung routine niya, napupuntahan niya yung podium before siya maglaro para makita niya na, no, ma-feel niya na yung environment. And also, we are also pinrogram namin yung self-talk. Yun yung sinasabi niya, di ba? Yung one motion, chest out. No, kasi very important yun. Kung anong sasabihin niya, ano yung mga thoughts niya prior to the competition, during the competition.
Nakakatuwa pala yan, no? Hindi lamang yung pag-aalaga ng katawan, pag-aalaga din ng kaisipan, and it is even very much a part of the technique ng isang atleta, no, Dr. Karen?
Yes po, very important siya kasi yung preparation niya, like kunyari days before, sabi niya, Doc, medyo kinakabahan ako Kasi sabi niya, alam ko, malakas ako. Kaya lang, nandun yung kaba. Sabi ko sa kanya, self-belief is very important, no? Kung ikaw mismo, hindi ka naniniwala, you cannot lift that. No? So kailangan ikaw muna maniwala ka. And then doon binalikan namin, sabi ko ilang years ka na ba nagbubuhat? Sabi niya ilang taon ka nagsimula? Sabi niya 11 years old. Sabi ko 30 ka na. You are considered expert in what you are doing. No? So ibig sabihin automatic na sa'yo. You have to relax and just focus on your technique. So one lift at a time.
All right. Kong Monico, magandang umaga sa iyo. Can you hear me now?
Well, I've been listening to you even with our friend from Tokyo. Magandang umaga sa lahat, mayong aga. My friend Noli.
Mayong aga,
salamat
Kong
kung
Monico.
imbita mo.
Mayong aga, Kong Monico. Maraming salamat sa pagsama mo sa amin sa Power and Play. Congratulations sa in-order. Napakagaling ng ating performance sa Weightlifting Association. I guess ikaw ang isa sa mga, even a month ago, may nabasa akong interview mo na ikaw ay nag-predict na, Kong Monico, na Hidilyn will win a medal, number 1. Sabi mo, ang makakalaban ay yung Chinese at ang magiging punto ng talunan ay mga 128 kilograms. Alam mo, ang tanong ko, Kong Monico, ito ano lang, sa simula, yung ba ay wishful thinking mo, pampalakas ng loob, pep talk lamang, o talagang prediction mo yon, Kung Monico, na mangyayari yon?
Alam mo, maski doon sa Rio, Brazil, I predicted we could get the medal because alam ko na sa Brazil na makakuha ang medalya kasi natalo namin ang Sina sa Phuket sa Asian Championship mga 3 months before Rio. So pumunta ako doon on my own, Noli, kasi alam ko na mananalo for the first time, and that was silver. And this time naman, itong kalaban natin, si Diao, noon pa yan, kalaban na namin at natatalo dyan si Hidilyn. Pero alam ko na it would come down to the two of them. That's why I kept saying, do not worry. Even in Tokyo, I told everybody they were malungkot sila. Parang sabi ko, don't worry. I'll give you a medal tomorrow. So yun, it came down to silver and gold. Dalawa na lang sila sa last 2 minutes ng laro, wala nang iba. And it went down to the last bit, no? Yung katapusan na pag nagbuhat ng barbell. Kaya I know because I had Hidilyn is a product of Batang Pinoy. My project when I was still sports commissioner when she was 12 years old, 11 years old. Then I brought her to Beijing. She was 16, the youngest in the athlete village in the world. She was the youngest athlete in the Olympics. Punta kami sa London, iyak siya sa bus. All the way going back to the athlete village, iyak siya. So, pagdating sa, that is the difference between Hidilyn and everybody. She never gives up. She just she just goes on and on. She doesn't stop. Alright. So, pagdating sa London, iyak. Pagdating sa Rio, alam ko na. Kukuha na. But then, I'm surprised, I'll be honest with you, na natuloy pa kami sa Tokyo. Because after Brazil, parang parang she was contented na, she had millions as a silver medalist. But again, iba she wanted to, sabi ko, you have one more try. Kung gusto mo, pero seryosohin mo na dahil, after Brazil, she was a little down. No, she could have given up. I mean, what more? Silver ka na. But then she continued. She struggled.
Monico, ang tanong ko, anong diferensya ng Hidilyn nung pamula ng Beijing, nagpunta ng London, ng Rio at ng Tokyo? What was the biggest difference na nakita mo sa kanya?
Her mindset is phenomenal. Even when she lost, imagine, talo kami sa Beijing, talo kami sa London, she kept on. Before Brazil, she was gold medalist with my other male lifter, si Nestor Colonia. Iba, her determination to succeed is different from others. I'm sorry, but she is like Manny Pacquiao. Pareho sila. That's why they are champions. Their mindset, their mind conditioning to the help of Dr. Karen and everybody. Iba. She could have stopped. Knowledge she could have stopped in Brazil. But she did not. She continued and she still won a gold. Other people would stop. I mean, 10 million ka na. But then, ito.
Let me ask Dr. Karen about that. Dr. Karen, sabi ni Kong Monico na mindset ang nagbago kay Hidilyn patungo sa Tokyo Olympics. Anong klaseng mga mental issue challenges ang pinagdaanan ni Hidilyn, Dr. Karen? Without revealing confidentiality here, yung mga problema lang na pinagdaanan niya, is it true na she almost wanted to quit?
Yeah. Actually, very important na in general, in any athlete, to accept kung ano yung failure. That's why very important yung definition para sa'yo, ano ba ang failure, no? Because a lot of people would parang don't like yung failure. Pero sa kanya, in-instill ko that failure is not the opposite of success, but it is part of the success, no? Part siya ng success. Kakailanganin mo yung mga yan for you to become stronger. At the end of the day, ang importante dyan, ano yung kailangan mong i-improve? Ano yung kailangan mong i-develop? No? Because in sports nga, sabi nga natin, sa pagiging champion, hindi naman siya yung parang overnight. No? It will take time, hard work, determination. And lalo na for Olympics, ang kalaban mo dyan, best of the best. No? So yung room for mistake is very, very minimal. So kaya sabi ko, ang ending niyan, di ba, lahat ng ginagawa mo, it's all worth it. No, kaya nandun yung determination niya to really push herself.
Pambihira talaga ang kanyang ipinakitang determination. Kung Monico, one of the stories na lumabas na, of course, is ginamit mo yung issue ng West Philippine Sea para i-motivate si Hidilyn. Was this deliberate? Pasama ba ito sa plano mo?
Well, hindi lang naman ako. Parang Nolo, even Hidilyn has stated that publicly. because she wants this country, mayroon ang pagkababae ni Hidilyn is very patriotic eh. Kaya even hindi lang ako, pati siya.
Is she very political, Kung Monico? Very political ba si Hidilyn?
That's why sabi niya, no, atin ang West Philippine Sea at kaya natin maski sino. Kung mayroong Panginoon, mayroong tsaga, mayroong determinasyon, every Filipino can succeed in life. Not only Hidilyn, but everybody. She wants that spirit in young people, especially of today. She's very patriotic. That's why she wants to be involved. She doesn't want to be just an ordinary athlete. She wants to have her say, even in Philippine interests, and she's studying. She's still studying. She wants to continue being a role model pa rin knowledge.
Well, one other thing, Kung Monico, na malinaw yung ginawa na paghahanda ng Team HD doon mismo sa competition. And of course, sabi mo nga, it went as far back as the Asian Championships, kung saan meron ng plano ang Team HD na kumaga playing possum, yung hindi nagpakita kaagad ng lakas. Was this, matagal na bang naihanda itong planong ito, Kung Monico? At was this carried out to the letter all the way to the gold medal performance?
Well, ginawa namin yan. Nag-meeting kami before being in Uzbekistan with the two good coaches, Coach Gao, Coach Naranjo. Because I myself told them na takot ako magkasakit, ma-injure in a pressured competition like Asian Games in Uzbekistan. Baka mabalya ang tuhod, mabalya ang hita, mabalya ang shoulder. One small injury can destroy 5 years of sacrifice ni Heidi. That's why sabi ko, Heidi, you do not have to pressure yourself in Uzbekistan. Basta qualify lang, happy na tayo. But again, what came out was the Chinese were very dominant, pero alam na namin kung ano ang kaya, ano ang maximum capacity ng mga taga-China kasi dalawang China sa Uzbekistan. So ang mangyari, pagbalik sa Malaysia, yun ang hinabol ng dalawang coaches at Heidi ang record ng China. Kaya she knew deep in her heart doon sa Tokyo na with the help of God Almighty, paring Nole, mangyayari ito for the first time in 97 years. She knew. But again, she needed. We prayed before the competition 2 hours before. Kami ni Dr. Karen, kami ni Janet, kaming lahat nagdasal 2 hours before. Well, she had the medal in her chest. And that is what propelled her to really make it because hirap siya even sa practice. Kunin niya ang 127, 125. Hirap yan. But then, nakuha niya in the end because of her determination, of her belief na kaya yan ng Pilipino mas anong problema. That's why, yun, nangyari talaga, but be honest with you, I knew silver or gold, but you are an athlete yourself, you have been, hindi mo alam talaga ano ang last minute na mangyayari. Kaya, yan, binigay ng Panginoon, out of 3 women lifters from China, only 1 lost. They lost to the Philippines. That is what happened.
All right. Nakita rin natin kung gaano yung adjustments na nangyayari just before the lifts. I noticed that very much, yung 119. Tapos sa second lift niya, she put 125. Binago niya sa 124. Again, a lot of tactics. But let me go to Dr. Karen. Dr. Karen, malaki ang naging insentibo para sa pagkapanalo ni Hidilyn. But do you think that money was a motivating factor para sa kanya? Or was there something more than just the incentives that were in place?
Actually, yung money dumating na lang siya nung nanalo, no? But it's never her motivation. Even yung may mga activity, I asked her to do yung parang flag. No, yung flag na yun kasi very important in a sense that yun yung identity niya, no? So nakalagay doon is really malaki doon yung Philippines. Ibig sabihin, big part of her why she is doing this is because of the Philippines. And then another is for the weightlifting, no? Because alam niya that malaki yung chance talaga ng Philippines with weightlifting. and then yung family niya. So makikita mo talaga that
Salamat.
money was never her motivation.
Okay. Well, before I let you go, Dr. Karen, my final question to you is, obviously, nakita natin kung gaano kahalaga, hindi lamang ang pagprepara ng katawan, ng technique, but also ng mental condition ng isang atleta in such a big international event. Sa tingin mo ba sapat na ang pagtutok ng ating mga NSAs, ng ating mga kinauukulan pagdating sa mga mental, psychological at emotional preparedness ng ating mga atleta, o pwede pang palakasin ito for future competitions?
Actually, sir, yung sports psychology or psychology per se is the most neglected, no? Kasi pag sinabi mong athlete, they focus more on the physical and the tactical. But performance formula is the physical, technical, and the psychological. So even if you perfect the physical and the technical and neglecting the psychological, you cannot give your 100% performance. In PSC, Philippine Sports Commission, we have a unit there in sports psychology. So actually, all national athlete or national team, they can go to the unit in which we are doing naman na meron kaming mga session with athletes, lalo na ngayong pandemic.
All right. Well, Kong Monico, I have a few minutes remaining. Para sa iyo, Kong, with this victory ng weightlifting, napakaganda rin ng pinakita ni Elrin Ando. What are the biggest takeaways para sa iyo in terms of planning for the future and maybe getting another gold medal para sa Pilipinas? Kong Monico? Mukhang nawala na si Congressman Monico Puentevella. But anyway, Dr. Karen, maraming salamat sa panahong ibinigay mo sa amin ngayon.
Thank you, sir.
Maraming din salamat kay Congressman Monico Puentevella, ang presidente ng Samahang Weightlifting ng Pilipinas. Mabuhay kayo and sana tuloy-tuloy ang magandang performance ng ating mga atleta. Maraming po salamat.
Thank you, sir.
Yan po mga kaibigan, ang Pangulo ng Weightlifting Federation of the Philippines, si Monico Puentevella, at ang sports psychologist na kasama sa Team HD, si Dr. Karen Trinidad. Well, tuloy-tuloy po ang ating pagtutok. Talagang napakaraming tumulong kay Hidilyn Diaz. Sa amin pong pagbabalik, makakasama natin isa pa na nagbigay ng inspirasyon and of course, nagbigay din ng insentibo. Ang isa sa mga champion sa sports sa pagdating sa Kongreso, makakasama po natin sa pagbabalik natin sa Power and Play, Deputy Speaker and Congressman Mikey Romero sa Power and Play. Hatid sa inyo ng Big Boss Cement at ng Cherry Loom.
Welcome to the Gigalive. Your passions, your stories, your life, simplified with just one app. This is the future. The Gigalive in just one tap. Experience more Giga moments when you make the smart choice. With the Philippines' fastest mobile data network. How do I know it's T1? Simple, smart ako. Welcome to the Gigalive. stories, your life, simplified with just one app. This is the future. The Gigalive in just one tap. Experience more Giga moments when you make the smart choice. With the Philippines' fastest mobile data network. How do I know it's T1? Simple, smart ako.
Magandang umaga po muli sa ating mga kaibigan sa Asea Subic Beach Resort. Diyan po sa Subic Bay, Freeport. Marami po salamat sa inyong pagtanggap sa Power and Play dyan last week. Alright, bago tayo magtungo sa ating susunod na panauhin, paalala lang po muli mula sa ating mga kaibigan mula sa SMART. Puso Pilipinas is a movement to celebrate the Filipino athlete powered by SMART. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Get a chance to win exclusive Puso Pilipinas merch by sharing their Facebook page in your social media accounts with hashtag Puso Pilipinas. The Gigalive App is the latest mobile app from Smart that lets you discover and enjoy your passions with the different Giga promos. It can be downloaded and used by Smart Postpaid, Smart Prepaid, Bro Prepaid, and TNT subscribers via the Apple or Google Play Store. What can the Gigalive app do for me? Check your balance, monitor your current subscription, top up using debit credit card, subscribe to the latest Giga promos, monitor your data consumption, auto-detect your mobile number when you are connected to Smart Network, one-tap subscription to the most popular offer, Giga Video 99. Maraming po salamat. Power and Play is powered by Smart. Alright, at this point, mga kapatid, gusto ko po ngayong ipasok ang susunod nating panauhin. Isa po siya sa mga talaga namang athletes dyan sa Kongreso. And of course, he is championing the industry of sports pagdating sa ating pamahalaan. Siya rin po ang isa sa mga nagbigay ng insentibo para sa ating golden girl, si Hidilyn Diaz. Walang iba kundi ang Deputy Speaker ng House of Representatives and Party List Congressman Mikey Romero. Magandang umaga, Kong Mikey.
Partner Noli, how are you? It's been a long time and good morning sa lahat na nakikinig at nanonood sa iyo.
Yes sir, alam mo, ang tagal na nating hindi nagkikita but I'm very happy. Thank you so much for joining us today. Kong Mikey, unang-una, I suppose napanood mo yung pagbuhat, yung golden lift ni Hidilyn. Anong pakiramdam mo nung napanood mo yon, Kong Mikey? Alam ko ikaw, isa ka sa mga atleta eh. You play basketball, ikaw ay nagpopolo, you are an athlete. So ramdam na ramdam mo siguro yung buhat ni Hidilyn na meron pang luha na tumutulo sa kanyang mga mata.
Very emotional, no? In fact, Noli, I never dreamed that this day would happen. No? Imagine a gold. I think both of us will agree. First, I want to congratulate Monix. No? Si Kong Monico has been championing weightlifting for a long time. No? Magkasama po kami sa 2012 Olympics. We were both paraded sa 2012 Olympics. And kasama po namin si Hidilyn doon. She was the flag bearer for the Philippines. Pareho kaming pumarada. It's an experience also for me. Heading the shooting, but that time si Hidilyn during the London Olympics was you only have a minute or two for fame dito sa Olympics, no?
Oo.
And unfortunately in 2012 hindi ho niya nabuhat yung barbell. So I felt for her because konti lang atleta natin doon. And akala ko talaga she will succumb to that thing that happened. I don't know, sabi ko, baka hindi na makabalik tong atletan to, you know. If it happens to me...
Talaga? Oh, wow.
If it happens to me, sabi ko, siguro, you train for 4 years for that 1 minute or 2 minutes of fame. And when she lifted it, nung binuhat niya, hindi niya nabuhat yung barbell in 2012. So sabi ko, nako, it takes a character, a championship character to get it back. No? Yung confidence mo lang eh.
Oo.
She trained for another 4 years in 2016. I was very, very surprised in the Rio Olympics, no? Nananalo siya ng silver, sabi ko, ibang klase to, galing sa ibang planeta tong atleta. No? Because ang hirap bumahawi sa ganun, no?
Oo.
And then 9 years after that, 9 years after that, which is today, 2021, she won our first gold medal. Talagang sabi ko,
Ibang klase.
I don't know what this girl is made of, really. No, and
Ano,
ibang klase na gawa, no. Pati luha sa akin tumulo after ko makita yun. Because,
Mikey, anong ibig sabihin para sa iyo sa pagkapanalo ni Hidilyn Diaz, lalong-lalo na para sa ating bansa? What does that mean to you?
it just means, for me, it means that we have world-class athletes. We have the Manny Pacquiaos, we have the Hidilyn Diaz, we have the Yukasasos. So it's a turning point in the history of our country.
Right.
That we can produce world-class athletes. No? Although it comes once every 100 years.
Wag naman.
Because itong gold medal ni Hidilyn came 97 years after we joined the Olympics.
Correct.
No?
Oo.
But bibilis na yan dahil
Nabuksan na, kumbaga.
Na-break na natin yung
Yung bara.
butas. Oo. No? We have broken the ice.
Yes,
I think tuloy-tuloy na to. But
Alright.
we need the infrastructure. We need more funding for our athletes.
Alright.
Yun ang
Bago tayo pumunta dyan sa mga kailangan and mga ginagawa mo, Kong Mikey, para sa sports, you are one of the people na nagbigay ng incentive kay Hidilyn Diaz sa kanyang pagkapanalo. Bakit mo naisip ito, Kong Mikey, na magbigay ng 3 milyong piso? Napakalaking halaga. Why did you provide this incentive to her?
First, ginagawa ko naman, ako si MVP. Well, I'm not in the same league as them, no? But MVP and Ramon Ang, we always pitch in, bind ourselves together, and kumbaga give incentive since for SEA Games, for Asian Games, and for the Olympics. No?
Oo.
I think, although hindi naman siya inspiration talaga for the athletes, it's for flag and country, but it's a reward, kumbaga ambag lang namin. Pero, I've been into these competitions, international, and you need every little small motivation to help you really, kasi you need to bring up your level of competition to a different level, to a level na hindi mo pa nagagawa. So you need those small motivations. And I'm very, very happy and proud that kahit paano nakakontribute ako and makakapagbigay ng reward.
And obviously, lahat po ng ating mga atleta na lumalaban pa dyan sa Olimpiada, nakita na ito. So, again, it's part of the motivation. Kagaya nga na sinabi ni Dr. Karen kanina, hindi naman yan talaga ang number one motivation. But still, it's a big help to all of our athletes. Pero may mga nagsasabi, Kong Mikey, na makakapagbigay naman pala ang private sector ng ganyang kalaki. Bakit hindi na lang ibigay sa simula, sa harap, para talagang maitulak ang ating mga atleta to achieve and to train harder para sa mga susunod pang mga international competitions? Is that part of the program that you're looking at, Kong Mikey?
Yun naman tulong ng private sector, it comes in many ways, no? Except that if you reach a certain level, like these elite athletes, ibang funding na yung kailangan nila, no? More or less, they need some sponsorship or some patron to back them up, no? Syempre, yung mga yung mga sponsors or patrons of sports, nandun kami sa mga mas kilalang sports like basketball.
Oo.
No?
Oo.
So,
So,
itong mga sports na to, like weightlifting, hindi masyado nabibigyan pa ng pansin.
yun nga ang gusto kong puntahan, Kong Mikey, no? Ngayon na nakikita natin na traditionally, ang mga nagbibigay sa atin ng medalya ay mga sports na hindi naman popular. Weightlifting, nakita rin natin ang ginagawa ng boxing, of course, and of course, ng ngayon, track and field, even gymnastics. Sangayon ka ba, Kong, na magbigay tayo o tutukan natin muna ang mga sports na talagang magbibigay sa atin ng karangalan internationally rather than the more popular sports? What is your position there, Kong Mikey?
Tama yan. Kasi, you know, ito kasing weightlifting, hindi kailangan ng height eh. Diba?
Tama.
Hindi kailangan ng bilis. No? First, we have love behind yung ating sports nutrition, yung infrastructure kulang na kulang. So, itong mga sports na hindi kailangan ng kailangan lang tiyaga talaga.
Oo.
Like weightlifting, itong mga pole vault, kailangan tutukan, no? Ako, I suggest like the Gintong Alay before, merong mga specific sponsors na nakatutok sa various sports nito. I think ang elite sports natin are almost hindi naman alagpas ng 50, so we need 50 patrons for each of the sports, no? And I urge my fellow Filipinos in the private sector to really step up for the challenge and do itong mga patronage type of sports godfathers.
Nakita natin yung success na yan in many years ago, and of course now with even the MVP Sports Foundation nakatutok dyan, ang San Miguel Corporation nakatutok dyan, and many more, no, na nagbibigay ng suporta, including yourself, Kong Mikey. But from ikaw, one of the more influential people ka sa Kongreso, you are of course championing sports in Congress. What can Congress do to help, Kong Mikey? And personally, ikaw as a legislator, anong gusto mo makita in the future to help maybe prioritize sports na alam naman natin nakakapagbigay ng kaligayahan sa ating mga kababayan?
I've been championing the opening of the Department of Sports for so long, no? Except that hindi siya priority project ng ating gobyerno. Kasi we all know that the Philippine Sports Commission is only a 500 million a year budget, no? If you put a Department of Sports, magiging line function na siya ng gobyerno, may sarili na siyang budget, part na siya ng budget. Hindi na umaasa sa PAGCOR at saka pa sa PCSO, no? From 500, you can already triplicate yung budget ng Department of Sports to 3 billion and so on. So with this, I think we can do more infrastructure. More infrastructure means more athletes na minamagnet natin Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. No? I think yan ang isa sa mga pinaka-solution, and I hope matulungan na ako dyan finally.
Oo nga. Magandang panukalang batas yan. Kung Mikey, just to follow up on that, nasaan na ba tayo dyan sa bill mo, Kung Mikey?
Nasa na to, second reading. Kaya lang, snail pace kasi nga hindi siya priority project ng ating gobyerno. May presidente. But this will be the solution to our sports infrastructure backlog. No?
Right.
Pag tinignan niyo yung other countries, ang budget nila sa sports is billion.
Correct.
Tayo 500 million lang, nag-aagawan pa.
No? At saka minsan, hindi pa dumadating yung pondo.
Hindi pa dumadating, no? So talagang we need more infrastructure, no? May batas po akong ginawa at lumusot na to. Ito yung National Training Center centers, no? Para ho ito yung magiging Rizal Memorial Coliseum sa Tarlac or sa Ilocos. So we need to have more of those. No? Mas marami, mas ma-attract ka ng athletes eh.
Meron pa tayong of course na nakikitang yung National Sports Academy na binubuo, yung National Training Center. And really all of those things na napakahalaga para sa future ng Philippine sports. Kung Mikey,
Imagine mo, Nolly, we created a gold medal out of the garage of Hidilyn Diaz.
Yung nagbubuhat ng plastic na tubig.
How can, di ba? Makikita mo that we are very resilient at kaya natin maging world class. No?
Alright. Kung Mikey, before I let you go, meron pa tayong mga atleta na lumalaban. What is your, hindi lang siguro fearless forecast, but hope for our athletes na lalaban ngayon? Si Nesty, si Carlo Paalam, si EJ Obiena, and then of course, ang ating golfers, ang ating iba pang mga, si Yumir Marshall tomorrow, and si Carlos Kaloy Yulo. Anong fearless forecast mo? At siguro panalangin mo para sa kanila, Kong Mikey.
Nolly, before we started last month, at sabi ko, this will be the biggest haul of medals. No? 3 to 5 ang pagka-predict ko. Bakit ka mo? Kasi itong mga atletang na nakasalang sa Tokyo ngayon, mga nag-world class champion na.
Oo.
No, Yuka Saso, si Hidilyn, natikman na nila yan. So they would hindi na nagugulat yan sa mga ganyan. So I predict pa rin 3 to 5 and I wish all our athletes very well. No? Mabuhay ang atletang Pilipino at nasa likod nyo sambayan ng Pilipinas. No? Yun lang ho.
Maraming salamat, Congressman Mikey Romero. And alam namin na andyan ka at patuloy na talagang nakikibaka para sa industriya ng sports dahil yan naman ang tunay na nagbibigay ng kaligayahan sa ating mga kababayan. Kong Mikey, maraming salamat. Sana hindi to ang huling beses na mag-guest ka sa amin sa Power and Play.
Ikaw pa, pare. Thank you very much, paring Nolly, and sa lahat ng nanonood sa iyo, magandang umaga po. Thank you.
Umaga. Maraming salamat. Yan po mga kaibigan, Deputy Speaker and Party List Congressman Mikey Romero, isa sa mga talagang champion of sports ng ating bayan. Sana nga maitulak na yung Department of Sports na kanyang panukalang batas. Alam niyo, napakahalaga niyan. Ang Thailand, alam niyo ba mga kaibigan, halos 10 bilyong piso ang kanilang budget para sa sports. Ang Singapore, almost 6 billion ang kanilang budget. Tayo, sabi nga ni Kong Mikey, 500 million. Ang hirap naman talagang lumaban pag gano'n ang ika nga budget. Kaya mabuhay ka, Kong Mikey. Sana nga ay matuloy na ang iyong mga ginagawa para sa larangan ng sports. Alright, bago tayo magpatuloy, gusto ko po magpasalamat sa lahat ng tagapagtaguyod ng Power and Play. Of course, una sa lahat, ang Big Boss Cement. Big Boss sa tatag, Big Boss sa tibay. Nandito na ang Big Boss Cement, di basta matitibag, approved sa kalikasan at sobrang abot kaya. Big Boss Cement is the first eco-friendly cement company in the Philippines. First and only cement that is produced with low to 0% of high carbon footprint materials. Big Boss Cement, Big Boss sa tatag, Big Boss sa tibay. Marami pong salamat sa ating kaibigang si Engineer Gilbert Cruz, ang presidente at Chief Company Innovator ng Big Boss Cement. Thank you also to Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Sa ganitong pabago-bago ang panahon, mga kapatid, sobrang init tapos biglang uulan. Kailangan natin ang matibay at protektadong bubong. Dapat ang bubong ay yerong may aluminum. Kapag may aluminum, tsak na pang matagalan. At isa lang ang alam kong dekalidad na yerong may aluminum, yan ang Cherry Loom. Tibay, protektado sa pang matagalang yero. Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Marami po salamat kay paring Elmer Ngo at sa buong Cherry Loom. Marami din po salamat, of course, sa Elms Resto Bar Group. Elms Tapas and Winery located in Calle Bistro, Commonwealth, Quezon City. At sa Elms Grill and Bar sa Poblacion, Makati. You may call mobile number 0977-157-0499 o 0966-854-4048 o sundan sila sa Facebook at IG pages at Elms Resto Bar Group for reservations and inquiries. Thank you to Miss Malu Yambao. Thank you also, of course, to Joyride, ang bago ninyong kasundo. Dahil ayaw naming nahihirapan ka, book Joyride Motorcycle Taxi now and experience hassle-free commute. Kapag delivery naman, Joyride ang gamitin, bagsak presyo pero hindi ang serbisyo. Joyride is now on its lowest rates ever. And of course, nag-launch na rin po ang JR Mall, kung saan pwede na kayo mismo makakita ng mga paborito ninyong merchants. So download now the latest super app ng Joyride. Thank you also, of course, to Maculage Professional, your school of makeup artistry, the official makeup of Power and Play. At marami pong salamat sa Skin, your face and body anti-aging center with branches at Wilson Street sa San Juan at sa Alabang Town Center sa Muntinlupa City. For inquiries, please call 0917-890-1640 o 0977-809-8886. Marami din po salamat sa Presiderm. Mga kaibigan, sa panahon ngayon, sa gitna ng pandemya, higit nating kailangan ang mga taong ating maaasahan. Mga lugar na makakapagbigay sa atin ng kaligtasan, mga bagay na ating kakapitan sa anumang oras. Yung sigurado, yung pwede nating tawaging most trusted. Parang Presiderm, your most trusted skincare. Thank you also to Jario Milenio, ang media partner ng Power and Play. Marami po salamat sa lahat ng tagapagtaguyod at ng ating po mga nanonood ngayon sa Power and Play. We'll take a quick break. Sa amin pong pagbabalik, ang ating makakausap, ang mga opisyales ng Association of Boxing Alliances of the Philippines para himayin ang laban, ang mga susunod na laban ni Nesty Pitesio at Carlo Paalam ngayong araw pong ito. Yan po sa pagbabalik ng Power and Play, hatid sa inyo ng Big Boss Cement at ng Cherry Loom.
Welcome to the Gigalive. Your passions, your stories, your life, simplified with just one app. This is the future. The Gigalive in just one tap. Experience more Giga moments when you make the smart choice. With the Philippines' fastest mobile data network. How do I know it's T1? Simple, smart ako. Welcome to the Gigalive. Your passions, your stories, your life, simplified with just one app. This is the future. The Gigalive in just one tap. Experience more Giga moments when you make the smart choice. With the Philippines' fastest mobile data network. How do I know it's T1? Simple, smart ako.
Alright mga kapatid, tuloy-tuloy po ang pagtutok natin sa Olimpiada sa Tokyo. At ngayon po, alam natin na lumalaban na nga pala si EJ Obiena sa pole vault preliminaries. Mamaya po ay magbibigay tayo ng update kung makakakuha tayo. Alright, mamaya po lalaban na rin si Nesty Pitesio at si Carlo Paalam. Si Carlo trying to make the quarterfinals. Si Nesty, already assured of a bronze, is going for the gold medal kung mananalo siya mamaya. So, ano ba ang pinagdaanan ng ating mga boksingero at ano ang hinaharap? Ito po ang ating panayam kasama ng Secretary General ng Association of Boxing Alliances of the Philippines, si Mr. Ed Picson at ang head coach ng national boxing team, si Coach Don Abnet sa Power and Play.
We are very fortunate to have with us today two of the busiest people who have really worked so hard for the ABAP to get our boxers to where they are today. We have with us on the show the Secretary General of the Association of Boxing Alliances of the Philippines, Mr. Ed Picson, and the head coach of the Philippine boxing team to the Tokyo Olympics, Coach Don Abnet. Good day, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us on Power and Play.
Hi, Nolly.
Thank you. All right, well, I'll begin with you, Parang Ed. So far, congratulations on the early successes of our boxers. With the victory of Hidilyn and the expectations now, and even before the Tokyo Olympics, boxing has always been the main source of medals for the Philippines. Do you feel, just before we start this conversation, do you feel that pressure to deliver mula sa ABAP, Parang Ed?
Well, the expectations, of course, are quite daunting, I must admit. But we try and not focus on that. What we have discussed with our president, Mr. Ricky Vargas, and then our head coach, Don Abnet, is that we have to focus on getting our boxers as prepared as possible for not only the Olympics, but whatever tournament we are entering. So in the run-up to the Olympics, we have been trying to get our boxers back into in harness, because last year when the lockdown was imposed, they were practically cooped up in their homes from the start of the lockdown was in May until they entered the camp organized by the Philippine Sports Commission at the Inspire Academy. So it was like a 7-month hiatus where we had to rely on online training, which is, of course, not like the person-to-person training that they need. So yeah, we tried our best to prepare them, and we were able to take advantage of that bubble camp in Santa Rosa, Laguna. And is it Santa Rosa or Calamba? Anyway, and then after 2 months there, they went straight to Thailand. I was able to coordinate with our counterparts in the Thailand Boxing Association, and they very graciously allowed us to train with them. And Coach Don says everything there was really fantastic.
All right. Well, obviously, the ABAP has done everything. It has left no stone unturned to prepare the boxers. Coach Don, we know that part of the performance of our boxers will also depend on who they fight. What is your assessment of the draw, and have you been satisfied with the way the boxers have matched up with their opponents so far?
Yeah, going into all the big events, like if it's World Championships or the Olympic Games, you have to rely on a good draw. You got to hope for a good draw, good performance, and a bit of luck. The performance, the draw in our side didn't really go to our favour. Nesty ran into the number 1 seed in a second bout, but her tactics was good going into that bout, and she come away with a victory. Looking at the future, we've got 2 bouts on tomorrow. Nesty boxes for the right to go into the final tomorrow against Italy. That'll be a tough bout. The closer you get to the gold medal, the tougher the fights get. So that'll be a tough fight for her. But I'm thinking that she's going to get on. She'll get a victory there. And Carlo's got a very handy boy from Algeria.
Algeria.
He's had a lot of experience in the WSB, so that'll be a tough battle for him as well. And I think that Carlo's in very good form at the moment, so he's prepared. The whole lot of them are prepared very well over the last 5 months to get here. So they're in all good shape, uninjured. So that's a blessing as well.
Well, okay. Before we get to those fights, Ed, obviously before the fighters left, everything was up in the air in terms of who they're going to meet. What was the mindset that you prepared them for, that the ABAP prepared them for? And obviously now, we're also seeing a lot of mental issues being discussed with Simone Biles, for instance, pulling out of her own event, and many other athletes talking about this. How were the boxers prepared mentally as well going to the Tokyo Olympics?
Well, as you know, Paranoli, ABAP has always relied on science to be able to get the best out of our boxers. And for the longest time, we've always had a sports psychologist to work with our boxers. And it helps a lot that Coach Don embraces the concept as well, that we need the sports scientists, the psychologists, the nutritionist, and the strength and conditioning coach to help out in the different facets of the training of our boxers, because it's not just knowing how to punch or to parry or technique, but it's also, as you said, the mental state and mental condition of our boxers is very important. And we acknowledge that, and we see to it that our psychologist is actively involved in every facet of the training. As a matter of fact, he just went to Tokyo this morning. And that's Marcus Manado, who's a professor at the University of the Philippines. He's been working with us for the past 6 or 7 years. And before that, we had another psychologist who worked with us. Unfortunately, he went to another job. He took on another job, and he couldn't handle the boxing team anymore. And we're very happy with the work that Marcus is doing for us. So all these facets, Noli, sports psychology, nutrition, strength and conditioning, and of course, the work of the local boxing coaches all come together to help our boxers be in top form going into the tournaments.
And of course, Coach Don, your experiences from the many stints that you've had internationally also come in very handy. And when you talk about experience, Coach Don, in such a huge event like the Olympics, what kind of challenges or concerns do boxers face when they come to a match, to a fight, that you have had to, I guess, warn the boxers or make sure that they do not get into that kind of sphere? Are there any concerns like overconfidence or even fear or even self-doubt that you tackle with the boxers?
Yeah, like Sir Ed said, that we use Marcos to deal with them, and we've talked about challenges that we will have coming in here. They'll run into and they'll see superstars that they've only seen on the TV before, and that can become a distraction. The atmosphere usually at the Olympic Games is also daunting on the athletes, but it's not so daunting here because there's no crowd. They're the main things that you need to watch out for, and you need to be talking to the athletes all the time to make sure they've got a good positive mind and their mind on the job.
All right. Well, we have seen early successes, as I mentioned, in the Olympics for our boxers. So far, except for Irish Magna, who could not make it, three of our four boxers are doing very well. Coach Don, let me ask you, what has been the keys to success so far for Nesty and Carlo and Yumir in your assessment?
We've been lucky enough to have like 5 months with the athletes, with 5 competent coaches, to put them into different situation, put some themes into their training to see what their strengths are and what they're capable of. So when it comes to the draw, we have a look at their opponents. We go through the video footage that we've seen, and then we come up with tactics, and we know that they're competent to carry out the tactics that we ask them to do. So, and we also know their strengths. So a lot of them are boxing to their strengths. Nesty especially. Nesty is powerful. Nesty has got a very good timing with her punches. So, and that's, but the 3 bouts that she's had here has been probably an eye opener to the referees and judges. So you need to capitalise on. You need to remind her that that's what she's good at, and that's what we need to continue all the way through.
It seemed to me that also the boxers have been very aggressive. Ed, obviously, Ymir has shown his power, and Carlo has also shown a lot of very specific skills and excellent skills. Are you happy with the way the boxers have really come up with their performances so far in their first few matches?
Well, you can't help being happy because we're still in the competition. But, I must give credit to Coach Don. He has assiduously prepared our boxers for this tournament, and he has studied the opposition as seriously as possible, and that has reaped dividends for the team. The only setback we have had so far is that of Irish Magno, but certain forces sometimes come into play, and we can't help it. And these are things that sometimes you don't anticipate, but Irish herself gave it her all. So she did very well in training, as reported by Coach Don. And it's just unfortunate, really, what happened to her. But the 3 others that are left, Carlo has been moving very well, and he has always been a very clever and speedy boxer. I saw him when he was a young boy of 10 or 11. He's a protege of Mayor Oka Moreno of Cagayan de Oro. And Mayor Moreno had been, whenever I'd go to Cagayan de Oro, he would summon Carlo and allow him and make him do shadow boxing in front of him. It was always very impressive. He has natural skills. And Coach Don Abnet, and as well as our local coaches, Ronald Chavez and Elmer Pamisa, have combined together to help him get this far. And the way it's going even farther. Ymir Marshall, of course, is a no-brainer. He's always been very good and very powerful, as he said, and always has this instinct to win. So, but still, there were some areas in his game that had to be worked on. And Coach Don Abnet, together with Ronald Chavez, Gerson Nietes, who was with him early in Colorado, worked hard to get the kinks out of Marshall's game.
All right. Coach Don, let me talk about the opponents, the specific opponents of our fighters. Ymir Marshall is fighting Arman Darchinyan of Armenia. Yeah. He's about 27 years old, but the good thing is Ymir has fought this guy in the past. So how do you see this fight coming along, Coach Don?
Like the Armenian just walks forward with a passive defense and just tries to constantly take the ground off you. Marcel needs to just play with him a little bit and keep opening the space. Try to encourage the boy to throw a punch so it creates a target for himself. He boxed pretty similar to that. I've seen quick footage of him boxing him last time, and that's the sort of tactics he needs to use now. The boy hasn't changed his style at all. He's still got the one-dimensional style, so very easy to read. His reflex is probably not as fast as Ymir, so I'm predicting a win there.
All right. All right. And Nesty Petesio is fighting the Italian Irma Testa, who is a little more senior because she has performed in other Olympics. She's a Rio quarterfinalist, Rio Olympics quarterfinalist. How do you assess that fight, and what does Nesty have to do to get that victory?
Yeah, well, now we've got a tactic of using fast feet to, because she's a lot taller. She's 5'8", and she's going to use fast feet to get into it. The girl likes to hook and move around outside. We'll try to move around outside Nesty's lead hand, and that'll trouble Nesty. So we've sort of got her to. I've asked her to move into her lead hand, and then as she punches, move outside the girl's lead hand. So that traps her and forces it back towards Nesty's backhand. But the other thing is keep reminding her of how quick she is, how sharp she is, and when she gets into punching range. The girl leans forward over her front foot to attack and then leans way back. So we've asked Nesty to sort of lean over her own foot and keep using the trunk from side to side, wait for the girl to attack and then counter-attack.
All right. And of the three, it seems like the opponent of Carlo Paalam is the most veteran of all. He is an Algerian, Mohamed Fleecy, at 31. He is a 3-time Olympian and a 5-time participant in the World Championships and an African champion. So again, how do you like that match of Carlo Paalam against Fleecy in the round of 16?
I see, we've both Carlo and myself have watched a couple of different videos of the boy boxing, and our tactic, like the tactic that I've asked Carlo to go on with, was similar to what he did in the first round against the Irish kid, and to bring the kid, let the kid lead off, and then counter-attack off that, or counter-punch. There's a difference between counter-attacking and counter-punching. If his opponent throws a punch, he throws a punch at the same time. That's counter-punching. And if he throws a punch and then he defends and comes back with a counter-attack. So either one of those he's going to try, and then we'll see from there. But Carlo's been changing his style to suit his opponents. He's been through a lot of different themes of boxing, so he's starting to build a very good boxing brain himself. So I think that he'll be able to manage that well.
Well, we're very excited about the fights, Paring Ed, and obviously the victory of Hidilyn is still the momentum that has been carrying our athletes in the Tokyo Olympics. From the perspective of the boxers, how big is that victory, and is that an added motivation for our boxers as they go into the crucial rounds of the Olympic?
Before I answer that question, Parinole, I'd just like to say I hope you air this interview after the fights of Nesty and Carlo, because you practically asked Coach Don to reveal all our secrets for the fight. I hope the opposition isn't watching.
We'll make sure that we're gonna block this in Algeria and in Armenia and in Italy.
Yeah. We have plenty of tricks up our sleeves, but
all right.
Yeah, but going back to your question, Parinoli, of course.
Alright mga kaibigan, yan po ang panayam natin kay ABAP Sec Gen Ed Picson at si National Coach Don Abnet para po sa tsansa ng ating mga Filipino boxers na nananatili sa Tokyo Olympics. Mamaya po lalaban si Carlo Paalam. Right after our show, we will have an Olympic update and Olympic coverage of the fight of Carlo Paalam. At mamaya po naman, si Nesty Petesio will go for a victory para po makatungtong sa finals ng kanyang category. Abangan niyo po yan. In the meantime, gusto ko lang po magbasa ng ating ibang nagpadala ng sa ating pulso ng bayan, ang ating pong pinupulsahan sa mga nananatiling atleta natin. Sino sa tingin ninyo ang may malaking tyansang makaginto muli para sa ating bayan? Sabi ni Enan Marquita, 4 na gintong medalya ang makukuha ng mga atletang Filipino by faith. Kaya kaya nila yan. Ingatan nawa ng Diyos ang kanilang physical na katawan. I pray for their safety, good health, and strength. God bless. Mula naman kay Ariel Veslino, I am a big fan of track and field. I think EJ Obiena will make it kahit pa nagyayabang ako sa mga sinasabi kong nung Swedish player, parang sinasabi niya yung si Duplantis daw, sinasabing silver na lamang ang pinaglalabanan. EJ Obiena right now is also performing, competing dun po sa preliminaries ng pole vault. He just cleared 5.5 meters. Ang hinahabol niya is 5.8 meters. Mula naman kay Mark, kunin natin to Mula po kay Mark Dasio, sabi niya, with due respect sa mga natitira nating atleta, pero sa tingin ko, pinakamataas na posibilidad makagold ay galing sa sports na athletics at ng boxing. Mula kay Jemega Mercado, Marshall Petesio Obiena, Saso, yun ang kanyang prediction. Si Chichi, sabi niya, Petesio, Yuka, and Marshall, 3 pang gold para sa Pilipinas. Meron din nagpadala dito, medyo hindi malinaw yung pangalan. Jet Sanchez yata to. Yung isang Carlo, kahit hindi pa alam yung apelyido, kahit pa alam yung apelyido, andun pa rin, di pa nagpapaalam sa Tokyo. At mula naman kay Alex the Joker, Yumir Marshall, Nesty Petesio, and of course, US Women's Open Champion, Yuka Saso, still viable gold medal bets, sabi niya, na mga nananatili. Ang dami pa po nagpadala ng kanilang mga response on Twitter and on Facebook. Sana po ay mabasa. Patuloy po kayo sumagot sa ating Pulso ng Bayan. Alright, mga kaibigan, switch tayo ng konti. Shift tayo ng konti mula sa ating pagtutok sa Olimpiada. Patungo po sa pagtutok natin sa isang napaka-popular na basketball superstar. Si Kiefer Ravena po ay pinayagan na ng PBA na makapaglaro sa Japan B-League. Ano ba ang mga plano ng NLEX guard na si Kiefer Ravena? Ito po ang panayam namin with Kiefer Ravena sa Power and Play.
At kagaya po ng ating sinasabi, kasama po natin ngayon ang second overall pick back in 2017 sa PBA, and of course, basketball superstar na ngayon ay naayos na yung gusot. Walang iba kundi ang ating kaibigan si Kiefer Ravena. Keith, magandang araw sa iyo. Thank you for joining us sa Power and Play.
Good evening, Com. Nice to be here again.
Alam mo, unang-una, bago kita tanungin sa magandang development naman sa pagdating sa paglalaro mo, gusto ko munang hingin yung reaction mo sa pagkapanalo ni Hidilyn Diaz ng unang-unang gintong medalya ng Pilipinas. Keith, para sa iyo, ano ang reaction mo at gaano kalaki itong pagkapanalong ito ni Hidilyn?
Grabe, nakakatuwa talaga. Parang I guess until now, kahit man tayong hindi nanalo ng gold, parang cloud9 pa rin. Paano pa kaya si Ate Hidilyn, no? And actually nakakatawa kasi kanina nung umaga, pagising ko, na-encounter ko ulit yung video niya sa Twitter nung pagkapanalo niya. So, parang hindi ko mapigilan yung sarili ko, kinakalibutan pa din ako. Ganon. So, sobra congratulations to Ate Hid na nagbigay na naman ng pride and glory sa ating mga Pilipino at saka sa ating bansa. So, very excited ako na hopefully makita ko siya soon.
Oo nga.
Ito talaga sa personal, pero hopefully she can celebrate this victory of hers.
Well, sabi nga natin, parang nabunutan siya ng tinik after many years of pressure at yung dinadala-dala niyang responsibilidad. Finally, nabunutan ng tinik. Parang ikaw lang yan, ha? And let me go now to you. Alam naman natin na nagkaroon na ng approval, pahintulot ng PBA sa iyong pagsalang o pagpunta sa Japan B-League, dun po sa Shiga Lake Stars na yung sasalihan. So, unang-una, anong pakiramdam, Keith, na nabunutan ka na nga ng tinik ngayon na nakakuha ka na ng clearance?
Ganun din. Siyempre, parang si Ate Hid lang na sabi mo ako, nabunutan ng tinik. Pero at the same time, very grateful to all the people who worked with me all throughout the months na we were fixing everything. Lagi lang namin sinasabi na, alam mo yun, si Lord yan, kung para sa'yo, bibigay niya talaga sa'yo yan. So, talagang nagdadasal lang ako palagi na, every day na kung pwede siyang maayos where everybody can benefit from it. And ayun nga, no, nagkaroon kami ng agreement with the PBA, and now that I'm still playing for my team and on the ongoing conference, talagang mas makaka-focus pa talaga ako lalo doon sa season namin.
Oo. Well, maganda nga ito nangyari sa'yo. Talagang, kumbaga, pagkahaba-haba daw ng posisyon, dun din ang patungo nun. Pero of course, tingnan muna natin kung saan nagsimula yung posisyon. And I just wanted to ask you a little bit. Alam naman natin na itong problema or yung naging background nito kaya nagkaroon ng problema dahil parang nagkasabay yung pagkakapirma mo sa iyong kupunan, no, sa NLEX, sa PBA. And of course, yung pagkakapirma rin sa Shiga. Sino ba ang lumapit sa iyo, Keith? O sino ba paano pa ito nagsimula? Ikaw ba ang lumapit sa kanila o sila ba ang lumapit sa iyo?
Well, first of all, siguro, as everyone would know na it's always been my dream of really playing internationally. Kaya din ako sumubok dati sa States, yung kung ano-anong klaseng training ang pinuntahan ko abroad. Because, it's really part of my dream to be able to, play for an international tournament, international team. And, these opportunities, rarely arrives or hindi siya basta-basta nakukuha. And nung may mga nag-reach out nga sa akin, syempre, I was really taking it into consideration, but definitely looking at all angles where, I don't want to leave any stones unturned, ika nga nila, di ba, na ganun. But nung start, it was just nothing really serious kasi offer pa lang naman parang showing of interest pa lang. So I was just taking it, day by day, kung ano man yung pwedeng mangyari. And then eventually, doon na nga nag-start yun. Yung especially malaking bagay kasi na si 3D naglalaro din doon. Diba? So, it was really a big step into the league, noticing Filipino talent. So, yun naman yun. I think that was the overall start on how everything happened. Now that it has finally, fallen into place, para nakaka-excite lang din. Pero syempre, kailangan ko tatapusin and, hopefully still win a championship with my team here sa PBA.
Ako, I've been open about it in my position that I really, I'm very proud of you. I'm very encouraged by your boldness in the move, and of course yung pagsunod mo sa iyong pangarap, and I think it was really a tremendous opportunity na nakuha mo. But again, naisip mo ba na magiging ganitong kalaking issue yan, and could be actually a door, it could open a floodgate actually para sa ibang mga player itong kaso mo na ngayon ay naayos na?
Well, siyempre, at first, as much as possible, I wanted to keep it as low-key as I could. But definitely, may isip mo na lalabas at lalabas kasi talaga siya. Hindi mo pwede itago. You can only just hide it into a certain point lang. Pero I think with what I've said during dun sa press ko namin with Com Willie, and from what he said, nakahanap naman ng common ground. Nakahanap naman ng common ground ng PBA tsaka yung with what happened to me. So, nasabi ko din dun sa statement ko na I was apologizing sa PBA, and I was really sincere about that.
Was money ever a consideration sa pagpirma mo sa Japan B-League?
I think more than just the money, it was really the dream. Parang ever since talaga, that majority of the, of course, I'd lie if I say that, this would make me, my life a little bit better, or, give me a good opportunity in terms of, saving up for retirement. Of course, I'm not gonna lie. Pero I think it's really more of the dream ko. Parang ang hirap pagsisihan pagtapos ng career ko na hindi ko siya kinuha. Parang ganon. Diba? And I also made it clear kay Willie, di ba, na, we had an agreement that I'll be back here for a year. And kahit, di ba, if there's an opportunity for a resign or, bigger money, I'm a man of my word.
Babalik ka pa rin.
Yes, I'll be here and play for my team again. Because it was just it's really more of fulfilling a childhood dream of mine.
Oo. Pupuntahan mo yan, yung mga kondisyon na yan at yung mga darating na mga panahon after your contract with Shiga. But again, you mentioned na malaking bagay din yung factor na si 30 is playing there. Yung pagpapanood mo kay 30, yung syempre pagkwento ni 30 sa buhay niya dyan sa Japan, anong naka-attract sa iyo? And I guess what convinced you to go to Japan? Is it part of what he is experiencing right now?
I'd say yes. It's part of the journey also that I want to involve myself in. Nakikita ko yung mga kinukwento niya sa akin and yung experiences niya. And at the same time, siguro bilang kuya, hindi din naman ako magsisinungaling. Gusto ko din siya makasama doon kasi, di ba, matagal kaming hindi nagsama. Para kahit papano, pagdating sa mga special events like Christmas, New Year, hindi siya makauwi. Kahit papano, kaming dalawa, di ba, hindi kami sa parehas. So, yun din yung isang bagay kung bakit ko din talaga naisip na pumunta doon, makapaglaro. More than anything else, it's really, never pa kami nagkakalaban, never pa kami nagiging, naglaro ng matagal together. So, this is something na gusto din namin magawa for our family, for my parents, especially.
Well, kayo magkikita sa opening ng Japan B-League this season. So it will be very interesting to see Kiefer going up against the 30 sa opening. I'm sure maraming manonood dyan. No? So let me ask you about this. No? Sinabi na ng Shiga Lake Stars in their own press statement that they are so excited to have you. And of course, they describe you as an quote-unquote indispensable force. So, talagang napakalaking, expectation mula sa iyong koponan. So, ang tanong ko, Kiefer, is, what do you know about your team? Napag-aralan mo na ba itong sasalihan mong koponan sa Japan B-League?
Yes. I've of course, with the duration of what transpired in the past couple of months, I've spoken to them. I've asked the team for, I've watched the games.
Personal, nakapunta ka na doon? Napanood mo ba sila? Di pa? Okay.
So, parang, nakapanood ako ng mga games. Buti na lang, very accessible lang, sa internet lang, makakapanood ka na ng mga games. And yung coach namin ngayon, si Coach Torres, na assistant coach ng Spain national team, sa Olympics.
Right.
So, I'm really looking forward into learning a lot and even hopefully be better as a player with all the experience that I'm able to learn there and apply it here. Siguro kaya pinaghahandaan ko din talaga ko na nagpapa-condition talaga ako with their expectations. I don't want to let them down, especially with what everybody had to go through. Di ba? Papayagan lang ako. So, and with the PBA's permission, I also carry the PBA. Though that's also part of the expectations na gusto ko din na ipakita na mga PBA player talagang naman yan, worth it na mga imports yan. Kayang-kaya nila maglaro dyan sa level ng Japanese B-League. So, yun din yung mga nasa isip ko, kaya talagang pinaghahandaan ko talaga yung B-League. And more than that, syempre, at present, meron pa kaming games ngayon with NLEX. So, yun yung gusto kong maayos.
Kiefer, you have a couple of imports na makakalaro mo dyan. May 2 Amerikano, may 1 Australiano na maglalaro sa Shiga. And of course, you are the Asian import. Ito ba, handa ka na akuin itong malaking responsibility nito? Alam mo, syempre, iba paglalaro bilang isang import dahil lang ang tingin natin dito sa Pilipinas, pag import ka, talagang
Bubuhat ka.
sa'yo, ikaw ang bubuhat ng koponan, no? Sa'yo yung responsibilidad na pinapataw ng team para ipanalo yung koponan. Are you ready for this responsibility?
I'll make sure that I'll be ready, Com. Ayoko din mapahiya yung mga taong naniniwala sa akin na kaya kong makapaglaro doon. And of course, very proud din ako na kinikerry ko din ng NLEX at ang PBA na nandun sa, at the back of my mind, I'm a product of, my mother team and of course the league that I play in. So gusto ko din maging proud doon and may pakita sa kanila na worth it yun. Tapos syempre, yung tatlo kong kasama na import, sila Ovi Soko, yung sino ba? Si J.O., si Octavio.
Si Octius, tsaka yung si Angus Brandt, no? Yung Australiano.
Yes. Pero I think si Angus is, he was signed by a different team now and
okay.
We have another import coming in. So,
all right.
Yun naman yun. So, at the end of the day, it will still end with Coach Torres' system.
Right.
Kung ano papagawa niya sa amin. And, just being good players there and adjusting to whatever he wants. That's another, thing that makes me excited. It makes me look forward to going there. Of course, the chance to learn from a world-class coach, an Olympic coach. So, pwede ko din ma-share pagdating ng panahon dito sa Pilipinas. So,
naman, have you talked to your coach, si Coach Torres?
Yes.
Personally? Okay.
Not yet. It was just through online. And
okay.
Ayun, medyo busy lang sila. Of course, the Olympics is ongoing. And
anong sabi niya sa'yo? Ngayong okay na?
He's excited to finally, make it official that I'm part of the team. And he can't wait na makumpleto na yung team.
Keith, balikan natin ng PBA. Alam ko na sabi mo nga, napahintulutan ka na. May usapan kayo ni Commissioner Willie na pagkatapos ng isang taon sa B-League, ikaw ay babalik. I guess ang una kong tanong is, sapat na ba yung isang taon para sa'yo sa Japan B-League para matupad lahat ng pangarap mo na ma-experience mo yung paglalaro sa labas? Or is this 1 year, pagtupad sa yung sinabi sa kay Com Willie at may posibilidad na after your contract, maaaring bumalik ka uli sa abroad?
Siguro I think wala na yun sa control ko eh. The things that I can control is really just performing well, staying healthy, diba? So, yun naman ang importante. And in myself also, kung alam ko na binigay ko na yung best ko, it's up to the management of Shiga o kung gusto man nila ako kunin. As I've said earlier, I'm a man of my word and we've talked about it ni Com Willie na I'll be back after a year and I'll take it from there, Com, siguro. Right now, we're very happy with small victories moving forward. And again, as I've said, the things that I can control is really something that I'm giving importance to,
right.
My health,
right.
The way I play, and just the opportunity of playing basketball every day. So ngayon we're almost in the middle. Sobrang bilis. We're almost in the middle of the continent. So ang bilis. We've already played 4 games out of 11. We're breezing through the halfway point of the conference and it's nakakatuwa at least kahit paano nakakapagod ulit ko.
All right. Nabasa ko na ang isa sa mga gagawin dahil nga dito sa parang sabi nyo nga yung middle ground at yung win-win solution yung kontrata mo with NLEX will be terminated after the Philippine Cup. At ikaw ay ngayon pipirma sa Shiga after that and then pagbalik mo there will be a new contract that you will sign again with NLEX. Ang tanong ko, Keith, just a little bit on the details. Will it still be the same contract pagbalik mo? It's still another 3-year deal? Or will this be renegotiated again between you and NLEX?
Well, I guess just to be fair with NLEX, I don't want to speak on their behalf, but definitely, we will talk about it and just make everything clear as soon as we're in that stage. We'll cross the bridge when we get there. Of course, people will definitely know what really transpired and what's gonna happen. Kasi ayoko lang din magkamali. I don't want to say something wrong. I'm not really and I haven't really mastered or memorized everything dun sa mga nangyayari. And I leave it to my superiors when it comes to that topic.
That particular portion of your
Especially
contractual life, kumbaga. Oo,
Yes.
tama. Okay.
Especially when it
Alright.
comes to contracts and everything.
Oo, medyo masalimuot yan. And of course, maraming mga patakaran, rules ng PBA na kailangan ding pag-isipan. Alright, ngayon maayos na yan, no? And again, the commitment is to finish the Philippine Cup. Sabi nga ni Coach Yeng Giao, hindi naman daw naging distraction itong naging problema mo before this whole thing has been settled. Hindi naman daw naging distraction yan para sa kupunan. But I guess, on your part, do you think that dahil dito na naayos na itong gusot na to, mas maganda ang magiging performance mo pa para sa iyong kupunan?
Well, hopefully, and I'll make it to a point that will happen. Also putting pressure on myself, just to give back to NLEX that has helped me all throughout my career, since 2017. The early part of my career, I wasn't able to play for them for quite some time due to my suspension. But, the support never faded. The support was always there. This is just something that I really want to give to them. Just for them to see na even though na pinayagan ako and I'm still focused on the present, I'm still focused on the task at hand. This is my way of giving it back to my teammates as well na naniwala sa akin all throughout, my coaching staff, Coach Yeng, and everybody else in that company. I love that company. I'm very proud and honored to be part of an organization who really gives the best opportunities to us players. And we're 2-2 right now. We're in the 500 mark record. Hopefully, it just can, we pick it up from the victory that we had against Terra Firma and just go on from there.
Yeah, well, that's what one thing I admire about you, Kiefer, is talagang you are a man of your word, you are a man of integrity, and you tackle what is in front of you. Hindi ka nag-iisip ng kung ano-ano, and I guess that has been your training ever since your playing days in the Ateneo. But you were talking about your team. Ano ang assessment mo, Kiefer, sa team nyo ngayon? What do you like about your team? Of course, you're 2-2. You just came off a win, and is the team looking good?
Yes. Very optimistic on the team right now. Definitely started better than the way we started in the bubble. And really, in terms of physical condition, much better shape than the previous conference. Where we added a few pieces that really helped us. Drafting Calvin Oftana, having Don Troliano, being able to add depth and height in the position that we really lack. And of course, the mix of the veterans that Coach Yeng has coached in the past few years. So ano naman ngayon, we lost to a very strong team, San Miguel. We kind of let one slip by us against Rain or Shine by 1 point. But with the combination of the things that we were able to pick up and learn from the past 4 games, going to our next 7, bukod sa, we have to take it a game at a time. We also have to make sure that everybody's safe and healthy, na walang mag-positive, diba? So, we wanna take 3-4 steps forward, and when somebody gets infected of the virus, you'll probably take more than 5 steps backward because you have to stop. You have to stop everything that you're doing, diba? So, hirap sa situation na to. So, I guess the theme of the conference is whoever stays complete and healthy as possible will have the biggest chance of winning the championship.
Oh, malaki bang added pressure yon, Kiefer, na hindi lang yung iniisip yung
Kay Kiefer Ravena, ang NLEX superstar na ngayon ay pinayagan na ng PBA na makapunta sa Japan B-League. We wish him all the best and certainly sabi niya tatapusin niya muna itong kanyang paglalaro sa NLEX para bigyan sila ng isang corona sa Philippine Cup. Well, dyan po nagtatapos ngayong araw pong ito ang ating coverage ng Power and Play. Again, nagpapasalamat po tayo sa lahat ng ating mga naging panauhin sa patuloy nating pagtutok sa Olimpiada. Yung Tokyo Olympics, the Olympic fever rages on sa ating bansa at tayo po ay naghahangad at nagdarasal sa patuloy na tagumpay ng ating mga atletang Pilipino. Susunod na po sa 1PH, inay ko po. And of course, mamaya po, makakasama nyo rin ako sa Tokyo Updates at yung pong laban ni Carlo Paalam at ni Nesty Petesio sa TV5, sa One Sports at sa One Sports Plus. Ako po si Noli Ayala at ito po ang Power and Play. At lagi po nag-iiwan sa inyo ng Ad Maiorem Dei Gloriam, all for the greater glory of God. Happy Sports Weekend, mga kapatid! More power, more play.
Welcome to the Gigalive. Your passions, your stories, your life, simplified with just one app. This is the future. The Gigalive in just one tap. Experience more Giga moments when you make the smart choice. With the Philippines' fastest mobile data network. How do I know it's T1? Simple, smart ako.